Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, realizing that I should probably actually get this to fit the screen. Whoop. Sorry for the late start again. Never trust your eyes when they say, oh, it's fine to close in the morning, everything's going to be great. No, it's lies. Even if you think you're just thinking. So, it's a little chaotic. We don't have enough to draft. I'll be running my dailies. I just didn't have any great inspiration. I was like, oh, I could try doing the bat heist thing, or I could try doing a little brewing, but we're not at the point where we get to crack packs for rare completion for Karlov Manor. There we go. So we're just going to noodle around in Balatro for a bit, probably for about an hour. Sorry for the late start. I might just update and say 10 a.m. start for morning streams, because goodness, I can't. Oh no, not bored of MTG. That's like my everyday game thing. It's just ran out of the resources to do another draft, and I don't have great inspiration for any sort of Bruin decks right now, so we're doing something else that I can fill time with and have fun with. Have you come across Balatro before, Uno? New run, probably. Let's just do something nice and casual. Do base difficulty. Okay, so we're at base difficulty, so we actually get money from all the blinds again. So, is it more worth it to play out that first blind, or check just free packs? Free packs is probably more worth. Also, what is our completely randomized deck looking like? Slight skew towards clubs. And we've got a number of ace of clubs, so we could try and go for that. I did. The Air V, I think it was, you said? So, like a flying type Eevee. I love the name, it looks adorable. 10 out of 10. I think we're gonna skip the blind. Genuinely very adorable. I love it a lot. Oh, someone told you to make it? Well, they had good taste, and you were wise in deciding to go, yeah, that is a good idea. No, we've got 7 sevens? Ooh. Can we make a full house? Do we go for the full house, or do we just try and draw one more spade? We only have one more discard. I hate when you get a split hand like this. Gotcha, nice. It's a good way to go about it. Oh, I've made horrible mistakes. Well, we'll do 3 of a kind. Using a base reference and then fleshing it out into something cool and new is fantastic. So I still need to do like a loading screen and banner for the channel, because I have a hard time getting going on art. But I'll probably try and use some like previous stuff I've drawn as a reference. Don't know how to gamble. Gotcha! Well, the very basics of this. I also don't really know how to gamble very well. I am a weirdo who finds stuff like the concept of card counting interesting, but, so I know a little bit about it, but most of how I actually know, like, poker hands and whatnot is because of Yahtzee. Because it uses pretty much all the same stuff. Essentially, the concept of Balatro is that you are... Only heard that this game is cool and crazy? Super fair! So, the very... Trying to give this... I haven't thought about how to actually give, like, the elevator pitch of it, but... I do highly recommend it. I have spent a lot of time with it. I would not call myself very good at it at this point, because I like to go for the big numbers rather than necessarily make good strategic decisions. Very basically, you are given a certain number of hands and discards to try and make a certain score. That's the basic concept. And each hand you're trying for a poker hand. So poker hands are going to range. They've got little information on what those look like. So like a high card. That's going to give you 5 chips times 1 multiplier. And so baseline, that would be a score of 5. Not very good. And it can go all the way up to some very complicated hands and whatnot for like 100 times 8. 800 score. Yay! Thing is, the score that you have to try and make to basically beat the combat goes up and up and up into the thousands, sometimes into the millions, very quickly. So just getting these like amazing hands isn't going to cut it. So you've got a shop to power up and sort of change how that scoring is going to work. Biggest way to do that is through jokers, which can sometimes multiply your score by large amounts or change how different cards are scored, so on and so forth. You just sort of modify that a little bit. You can also get planets, which will upgrade the value of different hands. So Jupiter upgrades a flush. A flush is going to be 5 cards that share the same suit. So 5 hearts, 5 diamonds, 5 clubs, 5 spades. And currently, that gives you 35 chips times 4 multiplier. Cool, so 120 plus 20, so 140 points. Bam! Awesome, amazing. Once you buy and use Jupiter, goes to 50 times 6, 300 points. Yay! Amazing, cool, gorgeous. So, just a bunch of little ways to power up like that. You can also get tarot cards, which can affect how the cards in your deck behave, can get you a little extra money, do a couple of things like that. So, it's, oh, I probably should have bought a Joker first, because then that could make me money. But yeah, it's using the very, like, simple concept of cards, which, even if you haven't engaged with them, is kind of designed to be something that you can pick up real quick. And then just turning that into something where you've got a bunch of complicated rules to go with it. It's just kind of a natural evolution of solitaire or poker. Dear Lord, why couldn't I think of the word? Because all card games are just using the same 52 cards, basically, and changing how you interact with them. I think the biggest thing that's difficult and different that would make it so you couldn't translate this game into real life is that you modifying the deck itself is going to be tough to do in the same way that Balatro does. Plus, score calculations could get very crazy. So since we are skewed towards clubs, let's get clubs. This one we can use to sort of thin our deck. Okay. We can get another Jupiter, which I think is not bad for now, since our biggest skew is just towards clubs, and I will buy the discard voucher. Yes, I could have... No, because we did just do big blind. So spades get debuffed. Well, let's burn a 6 of diamonds, I guess. And yeah, let's just go for a club flush. Clubs. There we go. Club flush. And since it's leveled up, we very cleanly make it through. You also will earn an amount of money per blind. Actually, I guess I should say that. You've got to win to get through 8 antes, antes sort of being what I would consider floors, and each ante contains 3 blinds, which I would equate to rooms. There's a small blind, a big blind, and then a boss blind. Each one has a fixed amount that you will win from beating it, and then you additionally earn an extra $1 for every hand that you did not use. And you also earn $1 of interest for every $5 that you are currently holding at the end of it before you earn the cash rewards. Up to a maximum of $5. So, You do that, you are also, I should say, able to skip through blinds for a particular reward, so that you evaluate, is it worth it for me to actually play out this fight? Do I have things that will get better by me fighting more? Or am I going to get more out of taking the tag and skipping? I find that oftentimes you want to fight as much as possible, but sometimes this is not true. Okay, intriguing. So we can gain an extra hand per round, which I like. We could buy a Buffoon pack, which gives us 1 of 2 random jokers. Showman can let you double up, which can be powerful in very late game niche situations. We play 2 or more 8s. We only have 2 8s, so I don't think that's great, but it does give a flat 10 multiplier because it's holographic. But I think taking the pack was a decent idea. Unfortunately, Swashbuckler is not that great on its own, but we'll give it a shot. Negative tag, I like. It's one of the few reasons I will actually bring myself to skip. Discard that, because this joker will burn it and give us some money, but it also just decreases the number of non-clubs in our deck. So, yay. Ooh. So that's negative. All flushes and straights can be made with 4 cards. Okay. I do think we will buy that. Actually, I think we do Arcana Pack, Judgment, and 4 Fingers. Hermit. No, okay. But we can dupe a card with Death. So let's make an extra Queen of Clubs! Just stack ourselves with more and more. I do want to buy the extra hand per round, but it's negative, it's uncommon, so it can go well with like baseball card, and it can save our butt if we're fishing for a hand and we don't get it, right? Okay, and Ice Cream will absolutely help us get through some extra rounds. Also helps out the Swashbuckler for now. And you know, this is going to be tough, but we're going to skip over it so that we can hopefully get a really cool negative joker and set us up very well for the late game. So we do have 4 of a kind aces. That's actually probably just better than going for a flush. Yep, amazing. Do it in 1, happily. $8. Okay, we don't see a joker right now. Wait, what? Oh, because it was the boss blind. Okay, so we missed out on the hand voucher. Whoops. It's the next one in the shop, so we don't have to. If we re-roll the next one we see, we'll do it, which I don't think is fantastic. We'll get the half joker for now. It's holographic, adds some flat Mult, even if we don't use the other part of the ability very frequently. Might as well take it. Discard something that we aren't going to care about long term. Now fish for a flush. We do have a flush that we can play thanks to 4 fingers, but more cards means more chips, and therefore more points, so trying to play as many as possible, I think, is a good idea. Although, I guess maybe there's an argument to, like, leave the 5 off of that, since it's only an additional 5 chips, but leaving it around increases your chances of being able to play a second flush. Ooh. So, a negative joker that makes more jokers, I don't think is great. I think we will skip over that. Like, this can potentially provide some value. The other one, I don't think gets us any sort of real value. We can make a steel ace. Multiplier, multiplier. Love that. And I think we will just continue. I certainly wouldn't mind being able to buy the blank voucher, because I think that lets us later on... Yeah, actually here, we can just do a 4-card flush. Because later on, that does give us access to the voucher that just gives us an extra Joker slot, right? Antimatter. So, gunning for that I think would be good. Although, we will get the Spectral Pack, for sure. Ho 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 ho. We can duplicate our Steeled Ace of Clubs. I love that. And sure, we'll grab blank because next round we lose access to it. Does kind of hurt our econ, but I think we'll find a way to survive. Already almost got a 4-card flush. Things that definitely happen in real games of poker. So 4-card flush, and then ace mults the mult. And we'll also pitch the 2 of clubs, since that's not actually going to contribute a whole lot. There we go, and we probably just do these so that we can hopefully get money off the gold, and then we get the mult from the ace. Oh shoot, that was a... That was a spade, not a club, Johan. But we live. That wasn't even all that bad, so alright. Burnt Joker so that we could upgrade flush more if we could thin our deck so that we can discard a flush. Ooh, actually, combo. Oh, this is a bit of a non-bow, but I think 4 fingers, we can discard 4 clubs as a flush, right? So I think that's actually not bad. Let's buy Arcana. Let's duplicate some more. I think getting rid of the red cards so that if we get the one that like doubles if you only have spades and clubs would be good. So make another ace of clubs. We would love the, oh, what is it, A+. But like, okay, we're already out of 49 cards, we're 20 clubs. So reasonable chance that we can trigger Burnt Joker. Let's also buy a Jumbo Arcana, because burning money. Okay, so I think, again, probably just duping an ace. So maybe that lowers the value of Burnt Joker, because I don't know if we'll be able to... With all of these aces, I feel like it's likely that we end up playing 5 of kind. Let's still give it a shot. I think being able to discard only 4 clubs, so for it to be a flush, is actually pretty sweet. I don't think we care about a free Mega Buffoon pack. I think just making more money is going to be better for us. Okay, well, unfortunately, we do not have a flush this first turn, so we're just upgrading pair. But there we have a flush. Guess I should be pitching a non-club card so that we dig deeper. Yeah, that's how to do it. So this is, oh, kind of wonky flush build, but I am intrigued. Ice cream, oh, actually I guess we didn't need to sell the ice cream, but hiker is fantastic for chip scaling. We'll buy a spectral pack, see if there's anything that's going to make our day. So we can make one of our jokers negative. We get 1 fewer hand size, but I think that's worth it. Okay. Not the one we would have loved, but we will take it. So we can get some extra we can pick up some extra jokers. I think we've got good opportunity for scaling. Unfortunately, yet again, no flush to discard. Making me maybe think again about this burnt joker, but I think that's more just a function of not having thinned our deck enough. Yay! Scaling them chips. Okay, I think we pitch these spades looking for a slightly better flush, because I think we're a lot better off with the steel. Even though a lot of our mult is coming from flat mult up here. Here, I think we can just do a full house and that should finish things out. You look at this and say, oh look, you're using too many hands. I look at this and say, aha, but we're scaling with Hiker. Okay. These jumbo packs are killing me. I only get to pick one card out of them. But we really need to, like, hit a good tarot card to make our econ pop off again. But we're just slowly but surely converting our deck into better and better clubs. So we are going to get absolutely wrecked if we run up against that boss. And sure, we'll buy a buffoon pack. So generate random tarot cards whenever one is selected. Whenever a blind is selected. I think that's actually pretty fancy. Ups our mult a bit too. 3 tarot cards, strength. So we could turn things into aces. Oh wait, I could have I could have discarded a flush. Yeah, I think I'm just not used to dealing with the burnt joker. So here we get a 4-card flush. And it gets double multed. Yikes, that's only 5,000. So we aren't doing great here. Like, these are not the scores you want to be seeing at this point. Part of it, a lot of our joker slots are dedicated to scaling, and we just aren't scaling very well. Ooh, we are in the negatives. No! Our interest will suck! Okay. Back positive. But only 4 bots. Ouch. Yeah, I think we just need to try and accrue wealth. Okay. Gotten spoiled. I've gotten Rocket a lot in my past couple runs, so I have gotten very used to just having God tier economy all the time. Okay, so which is going to be better here? A flush that gets times 2.5 on that, so that's 16, 2.25, so that's 16 and a quarter of 8, so times 18. But we get significantly more chips from this. I do think this is better. Even if this sets us up better for future hands, I think we've got enough ace of clubs. Going for flush of 5s is probably just fine. No, the club. There we go. And then I guess we can also pitch that in, but I think this will close out the hand. Alright, Burnt Joker, you seem cool, and I don't think this is the deck for you. Okay, $4 doesn't set us back on our doesn't set us back on our words. Interest, there we go. And then we pick up hologram, which can be a very good Mult multiplier. So we can upgrade pair. I don't think that we want to use the sun in any scenario. Okay. Looks like you aren't still around, Uno, but for those of you who are not used to it, a flush 5 is not a typical poker hand. Because typically, you aren't playing with enough decks that, you typically don't have enough decks in the shoe, so in order to have 5... I mean, I guess in theory you could. I'm not very familiar with playing like real-life poker, but I do know that casinos will do like an 8-deck shoe or whatnot, so I guess it does exist. So that, you know, you could get in theory 5 of the same card of the same suit, but it seems highly unlikely. So I have not come across it as a poker hand in real life, so but it's fun in this game, but also definitely means that certain bosses simply murder you because they will shut down pretty much every card in your deck if you're able to consistently be playing a flush 5. Wow, no bonus from hands, but yay, $5. Woo! If it contains a pair, so that is something that we do hit. I think we actually discard the sell the burnt joker. Just because if we're doing flush 5, that does actually help a fair bit. Screw it. Yep. Standard pack. Ace of clubs. No. Nope. Nothing that we actually really want to add to our deck. All face cards are debuffed. Haha. Fortunately, we aren't doing a whole lot. Hermit is good. Just kind of not really what we're going for. Or, it's what we want, we just can't really make good use of it at the moment. So the debuff, I'm not actually too worried about at the moment. It does reduce our chips a little bit, but this is still a valid flush. Also gonna get rid of the 2, I think. Just fish around for a better flush. Bam. So still some decent chips. We're still holding 2 steeled aces in hand. Wow, my brain is not picking up the words that I want very quickly this morning. Like, that's still halfway to a flush sitting in our hand, but that was plenty awesome. Because we got the duo double in the Mult at the end, which is fantastic. We are not diamonds. I think we skip and we just try and build up enough for Hermit to do good work. Temperance, I think, is going to be a much better econ joker for us. Oh dear, so I did see at the very end there that we're going to be facing the club. I think we actually hold on to the ace, gunning for a flush 5. So we have built pretty heavily into a club flush deck, and the current boss that we are looking at likes to eat clubs for breakfast. However, ooh, we can wildcard that. We can do a flush 5. 4 of a kind. Yeah, I think we do flush 5. However, we do have a voucher this time around, very fortunately, that allows us to re-roll a boss blind. So it's going to cost us, but we can fix this. So we can get through the next blind before we have to do anything. I'm going to buy an Arcana pack. Let's see if we can get something. No, we do not get something that we really wanted. We'll make this another Ace of Clubs, increase our flush 5 potential. So we need to make sure that we've got at least 20 bucks. And Hermit will double it, so make as much money as we can here. Temperance, yes. Okay. We are in business. We're up to 56 bucks. Feeling fancy, feeling fresh. No pairs, so maybe I should have held on to it so that we get the doubling, make a more efficient hand. Maybe I shouldn't just be playing every flush that I see. So like we can do that, and we still keep one steeled ace. Could have discarded and probably hunted for something better, but we do get the doubling, still a decent hand. And it gives us more discards for some very rough hands. There's a 4 of a kind. But I think, yeah, we just want that flush 5. Because that gives us a pretty good initial Mult. Bam. And we make a little extra. Love it. But hey, only took until ante 6, but now our econ is poppin'. It's hip, it's happening. Don't think strength helps us. I don't think tower helps us, so spin the wheel. Nothing. This is alright. We've already got some good negative jokers, so can't complain too much. So we want to keep above 25, and realistically 35 since we're going to spend a mandatory 10 bucks here, so let's re-roll 1, maybe 2 times. Diamond? Nope. Nothing great for us. Reroll the boss blind, have to do it beforehand. There we go. We can deal with heart cards being debuffed. Temperance? Great. You have done what we wanted, Cartomancer. You have given us very good value. Well, this is still... that's 4 of a kind. So maybe go for a flush like so. And honestly, let's also pitch that. You know, it... Oh! Because it's no longer a wild card, it doesn't contribute to the flush. Whoops. I was like, oh, you know, we'll still get a little value out of it. We won't! It was a lie. Okay. Screw it. We'll also discard the queen. No, we don't get the other club stuff we were looking for, but this will double the Mult. Okay. This might be the end here, folks. Like, I do not think this is going to do it. We do have a pair, so it does get doubled. So we need to make 3,000. That might actually be a tall ask, but here to save our butts, we've got 4 fingers, so this is a flush. Is it a good enough flush? It is. Alright, and we didn't even need the doubling from the duo, but we did get it because we did have 2 4s. Okay, okay. We're making this work. Ah, if you were clubs, I would have loved it. Good voucher makes things cheaper. Lovely. We do really want to add more cards to our deck. We just haven't had great occasion to. Ooh, more clubs. Yes, please. is now that we can re-roll the club, I would not mind if our entire deck was clubs, right? And we'll take a Jumbo Arcana. Let's make 2 tarot cards. Don't think we're going to use Strength. We'll sell that to make room for Cartomancer to do a new one. And we can reroll one more time, I think. I think making an extra steel card does have value over an additional, over Strength. Or no, over a wild card. There we go. Okay. Ooh, Arm could be bad. It can de-level our flush. So we really want to do it in like 1. Let's make the 9 steel, since we're less likely to want to play that in a flush hand. And 2 queens, so we will get the duo trigger. Lovely. Let's use the Emperor and see what we've rolled. Tower, we can pitch, and gold, we can just slap on a random card at the end of the round if we feel like it. If we do this, we get doubled up, and dig a little deeper. We get the double steel. I guess steel isn't actually all that helpful to us at the moment. Oh, howdy, Aya. Hope you're enjoying the skiing. Like, I think this gets us there, but how do we actually get ourselves to, like, pop off? Oh, I forgot to use the devil. Dun dun dun. We're surviving, but we're not thriving. Give us some good cards to add. I'll take any club, honestly. Sure. There we go. Lucky Club increases our Mult. Oh. Why must you be polychrome? Yes, I believe you! You said that you were going to a ski resort and whatnot, so... Makes sense. Which is real neat. Fascinating that I can be sitting here in my home streaming me playing some, video game while you're out in God knows what mountain about to ski, and you can say, hey, hello, weird little ink blob on the internet. That's so cool. Alright, enjoy. Let us... So that's already a 9. We could try and convert it. Nah, we'll take the already club, and it might help us get some planets. Reroll one more time. Hermit, money on sale, lovely. In that case, reroll one more time. Nope, not what we wanted, but that is a-okay. Lovers, so we can make another wild card. Do we have any? No, we do not have any non-wild carded aces. So, screw it. There we go. And, yeah, we'll pitch that. We'll just do a regular old flush. Oh, we don't get the doubling. Whoop. And that should be over there so that we mult the flat mult. Can hear people screaming at me. Okay. So we get the pair that we're looking for, and we'll pitch the random spade. Okay, like we've got decent chips going thanks to Hiker. But man oh man, do I think we want that flush 5 to make things work. Okay. Okay. We might not make it here. We just need to make sure that we've got, like, a pair and... Oh god, we only have one more hand? Okay, we do get a pair, and we do get a flush. So, even without the steel mult, I think we'll be okay. And, let's make you golden. Earn a little extra money. I think we're going to be okay. I am nervous, though. Okay. We don't have the insane scaling of the higher stakes, so I think we can make it. I think we can. I might be overly optimistic, but I think we can. So we could death duplicate something, but I think I'd rather either Hanged Man or just Emperor roll for something better. But let's just Hanged Man some spades. Make sure I don't get confused. Nope, do not want to add any of those. Part of our problem, we've got a lot of steel, which is great, except all of our Mult is on our jokers, and this is part of why I really don't like flat Mult jokers, is they don't scale, they don't play well with a number of cards. Okay, baseball card can go pretty silly with what we've got going. So I think we get rid of that bingo bango bongo. And this triggers independently. Oh god. Swashbuckler is also in particular tough because you want the multipliers to the right of it, but you want cards to the left of it. This was really not a great one to have be now this is also the only common, so we can't put any commons to the left of it. Ooh, I mean, baseball card is awesome. We've got 5 common uncommons. No, 3, 4. Okay, still not bad. I think this is a relatively decently balanced position for it. Ugh. So this is going to decrease the level of our flushes, which sucks. So actually, but we haven't leveled up flush 5, so if we can just play flush 5s, we don't even take that much of a hit. I feel fine discarding more aggressively for it, because I think baseball card is going to, like, push us through the roof. Yeah, bam. Way better than we've been doing. That's like 10 times what we've typically been scoring. I guess we've gotten a couple of 20,000, so... Steel Joker can also go pretty darn well. I think it's time for Cartomancer to go. I mean, it's uncommon and a huge Mult. Because we have been accruing steel. So I think, like, the only other thing that we would really like to do here is, like, swap out Hiker for something that makes it that our clubs provide Mult, so that it plays well with our steel, and we've got a bigger initial multiplier before all of our multiplication of Mult gets happening. Because right now, we are really just reliant on... I guess we make another steel card, right? We're very reliant on our hand on our planets for that base multiplier. I don't think we can afford to reroll again. We can double our money, but we get one less look at stuff. You know what? I think the extra money is probably worth it for us. Okay. I think we discard the 5. The 5 is not great. So this right here is a full flush that does trigger pair. Yeah, we can give it a shot. Maybe we get lucky and we get plus 20 Mult. Nope. Okay. Wow, okay. So even just a flush was enough to push us through there. Especially the Steel Joker helps. Okay. 4 of a kind. I think there's a reasonable chance we end up playing that with our aces, you know, just falling one short, so perfectly happy. No club, don't want to dilute our deck, even if it does get us a little bit. Magician, don't mind a lucky card. Hello, credit card, I'd really rather not see you a whole bunch. One more roll. Mild card, sure, we can take that. Okay. I think we should be able to beat this boss blind. So, first off, let's make it a lucky jack. And then we play a 2-pair flush and throw away a spade. I don't know, the 4 fingers has actually kind of done some serious work for us. So we could actually, I guess this is another flush with a pair, and I think that easily finishes us out at this point. So I think what we're running into here is that we've got some really great Mult. We'll go endless. Let's see if we can push this any further. We've got some really good Mult, but we've sculpted our deck for a flush, which is kind of easy to build around, but is not particularly powerful. Because, like, even our flush 5, it's doable. It's just not, like, insanely doable. And we don't really have anything to incentivize clubs in particular. We don't have a lot to make our, ooh, absolutely take an extra discard. We don't have a lot to really make the hand itself pop off. We've just got these really amazing Mults. So yeah, like, Hiker for something else, I think, would be a great move if we can find something that increases the Mult. Okay, holographic 3 of clubs, we're very happy with. Adds to our base Mult. Another polychrome. But we'll take just another club. Grow on that hologram. Now it's *2, which is pretty sick. The idol, I think, is way too volatile to make it work. Unless it only will pick something. Do we have any 8 of hearts? We do. So it might be something where it will only pick cards in your deck. So if you could get, because I know with the checkered deck, I got the castle where if you discard a particular suit, it increases the chips that supplies. It only picked the 2 suits we had access to, and then when we accidentally added a 3rd suit, that got into the rotation. So maybe if you get like a really lucky erratic deck, where you're like almost all one particular type of card, and then just thin, duplicate, it turns everything into a glass card that doesn't break. But outside of that, I think you're probably just not going to have a good time. We'll take Hanged Man. Let's sell levers, and let's take the free money. Oh, we could have done that without selling levers, right? Because you can just buy and use. Ooh, ×3 Mult if you play 3 of a kind. And some extra chips. Buy Hiker. So, pretty sad swashbuckler, but pretty good. I guess we lose out on 1.5 from the baseball card there, but... So, probably get rid of the duo in favor of a, like, flat Mult edition per club, if we can see that, but other than that, like, I don't know. I could have used Hanged Man there. That would have been smart, Johan, but that's not what they're not paying you for. Yeah, our Mult is crazy. I mean, that we are not throwing a very strong basic hand, but the, what, 8 Mult that we start out with just goes friggin' crazy. Because yeah, if we do it here, it's literally 0 Mult, so we need to have some stuff to the right of it as well. Here, we can get rid of a heart and a spade. Sure, even though, yeah, even though that's going to be plenty. Even though we are getting rid of, actually, you know, maybe we get rid of the trio. Maybe the trio isn't markedly better because we really aren't able to get that flush 5 a whole bunch, and we want to hold our steeled aces, kinda. Oh, we'll take an ace of clubs. Reroll once. Reroll a second time. No. Okay. Big blind. Okay, so we can play a flush with pair. Ooh, that's a different set. I think we absolutely go for that, and we'll pitch the 7, since it's not typically something that we, you know, it doesn't add a huge amount to the hand. Ah, so close to doing it in 1, but here we get triple Mult, and we get a planet, so heck yeah. And see how big the hikers made some of these aces? Like an extra 40 chips? Love it. Levels up pair? Okay. We'll take it. Might be more valuable as just a buck, but you know, you never know. Sometimes you need to eke out those things. Like, again, flush isn't actually doing a huge amount for us. It's just like what's most natural to play, but I think with high card we're just about as good. That's not true. Because it's only a 1 multiplier. To begin with. We can add a gold seal. Let's put on the ace, because that's technically a club. So we can make some things Mult cards, not bad. And we can reroll one more time. Walkie-talkie, no! Not what we're looking for. Okay. The manacle. So, that is kind of a pinch on our hand size. Fortunately, we can get by with, fortunately, Four Fingers is doing work for us, so we do play the 3. Actually, I guess we play all of them, because this increases our Mult. And we've got a 3 of a kind. This might just be enough with that extra baseline Mult. Yeah. Woo! Okay. I think we can probably make it through ante 10. I think we die on ante 11. Extra hand size, absolutely. I mean, if we can get the adds flat Mult on clubs, I think we can go further. But as it stands, we're not looking great, you know? We can turn things into spades, or we can just make these closer to aces for increasing flush 5. And sure, we'll take a High Priestess. Come on, Jupiter. Yes. I think we'll just do this as this, like, one morning run. And we'll be back with Baba Is You in the afternoon. So when we die, we die. The needle? We can make the needle work. Hoo 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 hoo. Come on, flush 5. Said, come on, flush 5. I said, well, fine. We can do 3 of a kind with a queen and 2 steel cards. Oh, howdy, Luffy. How's it going? We're finishing up this run of Balatro. We're in Endless, so we've won. Glad to hear it. Always better than the alternatives, right? So we've got a kind of wonky club flush build going on that doesn't actually really care just finished Pal World with a streamer? Sounds fun. I haven't seen a whole lot of the game, but seems interesting. Seems like it's got some fun crafting stuff going on. Not really my speed of game, but looks good for what genre it's in, I guess is best way to articulate that thought. That's fun to play stuff with folks. You get addicted to it? Okay. Very nice. I guess we turn things into clubs here. On the bright side, I hopefully won't get addicted to it, because I'm already addicted to Magic and Balatro, so I've got some buffer, right? Will keep me somewhat safe from its charms. I think we're going to make it through this ante and then probably die on the next one. Unless we can get something to increase flat mult from our clubs, or aces maybe? We would also be fine with something that increased it from aces. That's only 2 of a kind, so I think we pitch these and gun for a 3rd ace. Okay. And then we can also play the holographic 3. Should pump up our base multiplier, and I guess we pitch a 7. So I am curious if this hand is going to be good enough. Is it going to be over half a mil so that we can one-shot the needle with something like that? The answer is yes. Good to know. This build is very weird, because essentially what we've got is a bunch of multiplication, which is very powerful, but the base thing that we're multiplying is not very powerful. So if we can get just like one piece to make that strong, we're going to be pretty happy, but I think 3 of a kind is easier for us than all spades or clubs, because we've got some of these wild cards. Guess that's only 9 in our deck that aren't... Oh, and technically, this doesn't care if it's something else too, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So only 7 cards that aren't a spade or a club. We can probably swing that. And it's actually slightly better because it's uncommon, so we get an extra 1.5. Yeah? Yeah. Ooh. Steel red sealed jack of clubs. Hell yeah. Okay. Oakley dokley. We want a lot of ace of clubs. Okay. So 4 of a kind is going to override that queen. Bam, and we've only got clubs and aces in hand. And this is a times 2.25 mult, and we've got our biggest flat mult that we can get. So I think we're gonna rock this. Lots of chips. Huge, okay. 3 mil. Still a little lacking, but like, if we could get the club that, the one that gives like +8 mult per club, we would be cruising. I think we take Hieroglyph. So this will let us scale for 1 more ante, probably. Wow, okay. I don't think we actually want any of these. Like, if they were clubs, that would be fine. There's ways to convert them. I don't know. I sense death looking at them. We don't have huge econ at this point, so it's a little rough. We aren't, like, getting to look at all of the things we would like to, but such is life. Get rid of the 9, so this does get tripled. This might even just be good enough. Yep. I mean, those are not good base hands. They just get so explosive. Heart. We haven't seen the club one. I think we've seen every other iteration of that Joker. And there are two club ones that work for us. Is the, like, special club, the Heartstone equivalent, is also just adding base Mult. So I guess we can't increase stuff, so let's just get rid of another red card out of our deck, and a spade that we don't care about. Reroll once. No! No! Horrendous. Awful, really. Okay, we can play a flush house. Oh, what does that do for us? Pretty good. Okay. Oh, my voice. Wow, it really wants us to be playing hearts. Bloodstone is great. I love Bloodstone a lot. Obviously not what we're doing, unless we can convert all clubs into hearts or something. Howdy again, Aya. I suspect this is right at the end. We are right about to push into the territory that I sense shall be our doom. But we're trying it. We'll make a Glass King. The way this run has been set up is very interesting. We've got... well, I'm glad that I can be some lovely lunchtime entertainment, even if it's only for a little bit. So, I know that Balatro, you know, poker, all of that stuff is not something that you've got like a good lot of experience with. So, the broad strokes of how this run has panned out. We've already won. We've made it through Ante-8. Yay! We're seeing how far we can push into Endless. What we've done is we've got it so most of our deck is clubs, which is great because we can play flushes. Flushes are a hand of 5 cards, all of the same suit. Since we're almost entirely clubs, we rock it. Then we've got a bunch of these jokers that multiply our little multiplier over here. And they're being multiplied by, like, thousands of times. So even though we're typically playing a hand where, like, the initial multiplier is 8, but it ends up being at, like, 5,000 because of all of these things multiplying that number. Wonderful, gorgeous, love it a lot. But we don't have anything to really increase that base multiplier and make them be even more effective, because, like, one thing that pumps up our base multiplier to, like, 40, that's a ×5, which is insane for us. So that's what we're really looking for. That would probably let us survive one more ante, but I don't think we're gonna get there. So we're seeing it. Oh, and we've got 4 fingers, which lets us actually play only 4 cards of the same suit to make a flush. It's all good. So again, I'm doing this for fun and mostly for me, honestly, and if there are folks that are enjoying it, I'm super glad, but do not ever feel obligated. I like having you around, but go out, live life, do cool stuff. So Dusk is not very good for us since our base hand doesn't do a whole lot. Smeared Joker makes all of our spades also be clubs, but we've done a good enough job of that with our basic deck. One more reroll? No? I guess flush house we do sometimes get. So a full house being... I know! You're out skiing! I'm just saying, go out and do that. When you're saying you don't want to miss my streams, I am so happy to hear that. I also just want to make sure that I'm not a priority. There are so many other cool things to go out there and be doing, like skiing and whatnot. If you can do both, that's particularly fantastic. I guess... do we want to play that? It does give us a ×2 Mult. Sure. Let's, I guess we need to ditch the 9 first. Good, good. Alright. Ooh. So we could do this. We get... I guess we don't need the 3 of a kind, but this is pretty decent. So actually maybe we do that. And we get all of our Mult, and we get the holographic, plus a pretty decent base one from the flesh. I think this should be a pretty big hand. Yes! It's good when we see the flames. Okay, so we've made it to Ante 11, and I think that's about as far as this deck is going to be able to go. So we can make something steel, which is good. We've got one Joker that likes us to have a bunch of steel cards in our deck, and they help give us a little extra multiplier. Sure. I'm gonna make that 10 of clubs. Because we're trying to play our aces, I think, are our best hands. So we don't actually want to put the steel on the aces for now. Okay. 7 mil? Yeah, I think we're gonna have trouble. Oh god, and the pillar? We can re-roll the pillar. So, okay. So we don't have to try and skip just so that we still have cards that do things. Okay. Oh, but we need to play 2 of a kind to get the ×2, so we'll pitch these. Okay. There we go. Let's see how well this does for us. I think this is doable. We've been getting a couple mil per hand. So I think we can do it in like 2 or 3. Ooh. Maybe not. Well, let's try this. Maybe this is ill-fated. Maybe we needed to hold on to more aces, build up the flesh 5. Oh, that was real bad. Oh, that was very, very, very bad. Okay. That's a flesh... Well, that's just a 4. Ugh. Oh, no, okay. Well, we can play that. I think that's the run. Yep. Aww. Well, we tried. We didn't get what we needed to push ourselves just that little bit further, but some pretty sick Mult. Like, I would love that setup with just like 1 or 2 different Jokers. That was pretty fun, pretty fantastic. It's an interesting deck to start off with. Just like looking at it, so all ranks and suits in deck are randomized. I feel like a lot of the time it's going to be pretty boring because you're not going to get a lot of things all loaded up. But I don't know, it could also make for some very interesting and goofy runs. Plasma I want to play around with more. The problem is it's just kind of powerful. It's not like necessarily interesting powerful, it's just very strong. Anaglyph you might be able to do some goofy stuff with. This one I need to mess around with if for no other reason than getting through the no more than 4 Jokers in a run. Abandoned deck I like. It's fun to do stuff, but then you're just really kind of gunning for hack. I think Ghost deck is one of my favorites, if you can't tell by the fact that I've played a lot more stakes on it. The inclusion of spectral cards, of more spectral cards, I think is powerful, but also creates some very interesting opportunities. Black deck, I think, can be good, just more Jokers. And the things that are just like affecting econ and hands, I think are just versatile and don't hem you in too much. But that's going to do it for me for Balatro this morning. Hopefully we'll be back with some magic tomorrow. We might be a little short still, so we'll figure that out. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. But I will be back at 2 p.m. Pacific for some lovely, lovely Baba is you. We've gotten through the first 4 worlds. I think we've done all of the extras at this point, so we're on to World 5. We'll see what new horrors that unleashes. But that is going to do it for me for now. I appreciate all of you tuning in, even if I want to make sure that you're doing other stuff. I feel bad. I think part of it is the like self-deprecating part of me that's like, oh, why are people watching me? Not trying to be hostile about it. I think there's a lot of cool things out there, so I'm really appreciative of the sport when people do tune in, and are really excited. Like, yay! I just also, you know, I'm just a guy playing video games. Which is fun. I'm having a great time with it. I just, you know, don't feel bad about missing my streams. I'm just doing my thing. If they're fun, tune in. And if you've got other stuff, don't worry about missing them. Never feel the need to apologize. Yeah, I guess that's the, I guess don't want to miss or I'm sorry I'm late. Look, man, I'm late to my own streams. So don't worry about it. That's my little soapbox. Thank you all. I appreciate it as always, and hopefully we'll catch you for the Balatro, the Baba is You stream. If I don't catch you again, have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!